Welcome for the next video. The next one is third model, operational amplifier. It is simply called as op-amp. In this operational amplifier, we'll discuss about the main characteristics, types, modes of the operational amplifier, application of the operational amplifier, and some problems will be there. Okay. Coming for the definition, what do you mean by op-amp or the operational amplifier? It is a device which will do the mathematical functions like addition, subtraction, integration, and differentiation. That is called as op-amp. Now coming for the structure of the operational amplifier. The structure of the operational amplifier, this is about this block diagram is the operational amplifier circuit or symbolic representation of the op-amp. Okay, here in this op-amp it will be having the two inputs terminal. This is one and this one is second, and it is having one output. Total three terminals will be there, two inputs and one output, and these are the offset voltages, plus V and minus V. These are the offset voltages. Okay, and as I said, it is having the two input terminal. One is connected for the negative terminal, that is called as inverting input, and another is connected for the positive terminal, that is called as non-inverting input. Output will be given at the pin number 6. It will be having pin numbers, pin number 2, pin number 3, pin number 6. Okay, we'll see afterwards. Just remember, it is having two input terminals. One is inverting, second one is non-inverting. Two input, one is inverting, second one is non-inverting, and one output. Okay, this is the symbol of the operational amplifier. These are the offset voltages, plus V and minus V. Okay, next coming for the op-amp, ideal op-amp. How the ideal op-amp will be there? Again the same thing, two inputs, one is inverting and second one is non-inverting. Here in between these two input terminals, maximum resistance will be there, that is in terms of infinite. That's why it is a symbolic representation as open circuit. In the open circuit, the resistance will be infinite. In a short circuit, the resistance will be 0. That's why we can easily say that the input resistance for the operational amplifier is infinite. Here at the output side, it is a short circuited path, hence the output resistance is 0. Okay, and below here, these are the some of the characteristics you should have to remember for the point of examination. It is having infinite voltage gain, infinite bandwidth, infinite input resistance or the impedance, 0 output resistance, and this is PSRR, that is the is 0, and second one is CMRR, that's also 0. Just remember, these are the characteristics of the ideal op-amp. Okay, PSRR is power supply rejection ratio, CMRR is common mode rejection ratio. If I want to know about the voltage gain of the operational amplifier, normally AV will be written as output divided by the input, that is the output voltage divided by the input voltage. That's why AV equal to V0 by Vi. If you want to write the equation for the output voltage in terms of gain and the input voltage, just rearrange the terms. V0 equal to AV into Vi. Okay, that's all about the ideal characteristics. Similarly, if you want the practical, just replace open circuit by some resistance. Similarly, output by some resistance. Instead of infinite, it will be maximum. In short circuit, it will be minimum. Okay, next we'll concentrate about the internal block diagram of the operational amplifier. This is very much important, you should have to remember this one. Come for the internal block diagram of the operational amplifier, what it will be having exactly, what are the functions it will be having. Okay, let's see. As I said, it will be having the two input terminals and one output terminal. I can call it as V1 and V2. V1 is the input terminal, V2 also input terminal, V0 is the output terminal. Okay, here V1 will be, I can give it as plus, V2 will be give it as minus. There is no need that always V1 will be minus, V2 will be plus. We can interchange. For your reference, here V1 will be given as a plus terminal input, V2 will be given at the negative terminal input. That is, V1 is non-inverting, V2 is inverting terminal. Okay, hence combiningly, if I want overall input, just I will take Vi in is nothing but the overall input will be V2 V1 minus V2. Vin, that is the overall input, will be equal to V1 minus V2, because this is given for the inverting terminal and this is given for the non-inverting terminal. Hence I can take the difference between the two inputs. That's why it's called as differential amplifier. Okay, come for this block diagram. It is having the mainly three blocks. One is first one is differential amplifier, that is the input stage. Second one is voltage amplifier gain stage. Last one is push pull amplifier output stage. Okay, let's see first one, that is the differential amplifier input stage. As I said, differential amplifier, that is about your input stage. In the name itself indicates differential amplifier. It will take the difference between the two inputs. As I said here, V1 and V2, it will take the difference between the two inputs, that is Vin will be equal to V1 minus V2, and it will amplify that signal. Hence it is called as differential amplifier. That is the first stage, that is the input stage. Okay, that is about the first one. Next, coming for the second one, voltage amplifier gain stage. The second one is voltage amplifier. Here real amplification will be taking place in the second part, voltage amplifier. It will increase the strength of the signal in the second part. And coming for the last one, push pull amplifier output stage. In this push pull amplifier output stage, it will be used as a interface to connect to the other devices, just like LED, LCD, all those things, for the communication purpose, just like an interface. These are the three block diagram you should have to remember. That is internal block diagrams. If I want to explain the internal block diagram of the operational amplifier, it will be consist of three blocks. The first one is differential stage, that is the second one is voltage amplifier, third one is push pull amplifier. It will be used to take the difference between the two inputs V1 and V2. It will be used, second one, it will be used to amplify the signal, and the third one will be used for the interconnection with the other device, that is the output devices. Okay, it is about the internal block diagram of the operational amplifier. This is what explain the nodes. Okay, next, coming for the op-amp input modes and the parameters. Okay, the next point, op-amp input modes and the parameters. Okay, coming for the first one is op-amp input modes, that is the operational amplifier input modes. Here it will be having the two input modes mainly. The first one is differential mode, second one is common mode. First one is differential, second one is common mode. Coming for the first one, differential mode, in the name itself indicates differential mode means it should have to take the difference between the two inputs. That's why it is called as differential mode, and those two inputs are different. And second one is common mode. In the common mode, as the name itself indicates, both the inputs will be having same phase, frequency and amplitude, that is the common. Hence it is called as common mode. Okay, coming for the first one, differential mode. Again, in the differential mode, it will be having two types, single-ended and double-ended. Here I can explain the coming for the single-ended. If the input is given only for one terminal, either inverting or non-inverting, that is single-ended. Here the input is given for inverting terminal, hence it is called as inverting type. Similarly, for the second one, input is given for positive sign, that is a non-inverting terminal, hence it is called as non-inverting type. These are the two types in single-ended. Similarly, if you go for the double-ended, if both are having the different source, that is two source double-ended input. Similarly, if I am using only single source for the two connection, it is called as single source input. These are all coming under the differential. Next one is common mode. The second type is, as I said, common mode. First one is differential mode mainly, and second one is common mode. In the common mode, as the name itself indicates, both the inputs will be having same phase, frequency and amplitude. That's why if V1 and V2 are same, then the output will be 0, because Vin is V1 minus V2. If both are same, you will get the 0. If input is 0, output obviously it will be 0. Hence the output for this common mode will be 0. Okay, that is one of the specialty of common mode amplifier. Okay, these are about the op-amp input modes. The first one is differential mode mainly, second one is common mode. Again in the differential mode, two types, single-ended, double-ended. Again in the single-ended, two types, inverting and non-inverting. Double-ended, two types, two source, single source. Next one is common mode. Okay, these are the input modes of the operational amplifier.